It's time now for Call of the Wild, the official weekly coaches show of the Wenatchee Wild. Stay up to date with your team all season long with Call of the Wild. With head coach and GM Bliss Littler, here's the voice of your Wenatchee Wild, Arch Ecker.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Call of the Wild, your weekly Wenatchee Wild coaches show. I'm Arch Ecker with Wild head coach and GM Bliss Littler. With just one game on the docket last week, it was a home game against the Cowichan Valley Capitals. And the Wild more or less looked like a thoroughbred sitting there chomping at the bit, waiting at the gate. And as soon as the gates flew open, off they went.
I thought we played well in all phases. I still go back to the third period against Vernon. That our guys were a little embarrassed on the effort level that we had, and that we gave up that extremely long winning streak without much of a fight. I think our guys are... The older guys, I think they took it upon themselves to make sure guys were ready when we came out of the gate.
And some of the guys that not that very long ago were the new kids with the wide-eyed look, guys like Lucas Souter and Jasper Weatherby. They showed up in a big way, and of course it was Lucas who got that first goal 21 seconds in. It makes you look real good because when we talked in the pregame show, I asked you about Murphy Stratton, and you said, I think he's going to be one of the better players, and he came out and had a world-beaten night, set up that goal for Lucas.
And that whole line played well. And you're right with Murphy. He's a big body, skates well, he's got good skills. That I think he's going to fit in very nicely with our club.
Well, apparently he's got the eyes of a playmaker, and that's something that's, I don't know. I think guys sometimes it's in their DNA if they're a playmaker as opposed to maybe a sniper per se. But when a guy has that kind of vision, it bodes well if he's got guys around him that can finish.
Well, again, right now, when you're putting lines together, you're always trying to get two guys that click and a third guy that you'd love them to click also, but a third guy that can complement them. And right now, he appears to actually be clicking with those two. So again, we'll leave those guys together for another week.
Yeah, that's one of your easier decisions this week to make, I suppose. Jasper Weatherby, not to keep pounding on it, but such a huge night for him. And, the way he handles the puck and positions his body in the offensive zone, it's something that's really fun to watch.
Well, to me, it's fun to watch him, how far he's come, and really, he had some success last year, but it's fun to watch him kind of just transform into being a bit role player into being the role that he's in right now, where he's one of our leaders and a guy that we count on for offense. And he's come a long ways, and he's doing a great job.
You talk about players that do well in different phases of the game, and we've already seen from Lucas Vejkovsky just a variety of skill sets, including on the power play. He had that beautiful crossing pass to Sasaki that's a veteran move.
He's got a lot of skill. His best hockey is definitely in front of him. And as he continues to get stronger, his play will only increase. But right now, he's able to make some big time plays, and he's fighting for more ice in the lineup. And I'm not going to bet against him because he certainly seems to make a lot of plays when given the opportunity.
Certainly the power play, explosive, 5 power play goals. It's got to be close to a franchise record for goals in a game. And I know you feel good sometimes, as long as you're getting chances, you feel that eventually they're going to start to fall. And it was one of those nights where it seemed like nothing went wrong.
Well, again, you feel bad for a team when they come out, and definitely they struggled. It was a tough weekend for them, but on our end, we have a extremely young group that it's exciting for coaching staff to see our guys have some success and have the puck go in the net for them.
Well, it'll certainly go a long way towards building confidence moving forward. Now you go from an easy schedule where you play at home just one night, you flip the script, and now this week it's some tough travel. It's 3 road games, 3 nights in a row, and I'm sure one of the things that you've picked up on in your 20-plus years behind the bench is that preparing for a week like that, it doesn't start the day you leave. It starts the week before with nutrition, taking care of your body, and all those things. So just tell me a little bit about how you prepare the players for this long weekend coming up.
Well, again, first thing it starts off with is treatment that we had Saturday, Sunday. Is making sure that our bodies are getting the treatment they need, whether it's cold tub, stretching, just whatever Drew feels that they need, that we take care of our bodies that way. And then it's hydration, fuel, and rest. And then we get to practice on Monday, and we need to have a couple of good off-ice workouts. And then we'll have 4 good practices. And we do that, and we feel that we put the work in. We've taken care of our bodies, that we deserve to have success on the weekend, or at least we're preparing ourselves to have success on the weekend.
How do you prepare when you have 3 different opponents and 3 different nights? Do you try to focus mostly on the Friday night? How do you keep the guys in line that way?
Well, we'll focus. We'll tell them right now our focus is on Chilliwack. I know that a lot of guys are probably looking forward to playing in Powell River, but no doubt that Chilliwack's been our number one rival, and we want to keep our attention on Chilliwack. And when we're down with Chilliwack, then we'll give them the game plan for Powell River, and then we'll worry about Sunday.
You know, it's a couple of dangerous situations there, because one, you're going to face Chilliwack, who we know has struggled a little bit out of the gate, and they're certainly going to be looking to, exert a little pride on their home ice. You got Powell River, who's always tough at home. And then you got Cowichan Valley, who you just kind of maybe had your way with a little bit here, and they're certainly going to be fired up on their home ice. So it's you're really stepping into a hornet's nest this weekend.
Yeah, we need to be ready. Like I say, if we take Friday and get ready on Saturday, I mean, that's going to be a tough trip, no matter how you cut it. It's a difficult trip logistics-wise. So, I mean, we just need to take care of Friday and make sure that we put the work in this week, that our bodies are ready, and give us the best chance to have success all 3 games.
What do you feel best about over your team as a whole, as you look at the personality that they're starting to form? What makes you feel the best as a coach?
I think our habits are getting better. That we still have ways to go, but just in the last couple weeks, we're starting to see that things that we're working on in practice, the habits we talk about, the habits are becoming better.
Well, there you have it. You heard it right from the horse's mouth. We got 3 big games this weekend. We'll be in Chilliwack on Friday, at Powell River on Saturday, Sunday afternoon, 2 o'clock at Cowichan Valley. All 3 games will be broadcast live on hockeytv.com on pay-per-view and aired locally on Sunny FM 93.9 on your FM dial. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time here on Call of the Wild. He's Bliss Littler. I'm Arch Ecker. Have a great week, everyone.
You've been listening to Call of the Wild, the official weekly coaches show of the Wenatchee Wild, a presentation of the Wenatchee Wild Hockey Network.